Hey, everybody. How's it going tonight? Hope you're doing well. This is Lisa Harden. I am coming to you live from the Stamping Zoo in beautiful Boise, Idaho. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. One of the things that means is that I will be selling all of the beautiful products we are using tonight. And it also means I am offering a free with purchase kit for the next couple of weeks, actually, during this whole month of birthday celebration. But the current kit that we will be working on tonight will be available to you for the next 2 weeks. And so we will talk about that as we get into it. But I can't wait to share these projects with you because I think I was smiling the whole time I was making them. Hello, Lori. Nice to see you. So, as just as Lori did, please come on and say hello. Tell me where you're from if you're new. If you're lurking in the background but you're a little worried, don't be worried. Everybody's nice here. I make sure they are. No, I don't have to make sure because they are nice. And Lori also shared immediately, which is so helpful to me. If you would be so kind, if you are enjoying what you're watching, please share this video to your social media sites, whether you are watching on YouTube or Facebook. It really does help my small business of one. Okay. So I appreciate you so much for taking time out of your probably busy day to join me. Hello, Jean and Holly. Ladies are coming in. We're going to do some stamping, some cutting, some die cutting, all sorts of fun stuff. Oh, you guys, there were like 20 posts that showed up at once. That's how it goes, right? Hello, everybody. And hello, and Kathy. Oh gosh, we're going to have a room full tonight, I think. So I missed you last Thursday night. Apologize for that. I think I had just come out of a root canal. I was in no business being in anybody's living rooms or craft rooms on that night. I did go live in on Sunday with some paper pumpkin kit, the cards as designed, and a couple of alternates. So I hope you caught that. And if not, please just know you can always go back and check it out because I leave it all recorded just for you. Hello, everyone. Hello, Andrea. Hey, Andrea, since you're on here, I just want to tell you, please private message me your Venmo account information, if you will. Um, Sorry, I'm just doing this now because I just have time and I want to do that. But she had some extra postage that got put on something that I sent to her. And hmm, do I think that's accurate? No, because I have scales and I weigh everything that comes to you guys. However, it's not Andrea's fault. And so it was anyway, I just wanted to take care of it, Andrea. So if you'll just private message me that, that'll be great. Hello, Jill, coming from Ohio. Another Kathy. We've got two Kathys. Where's Kathy Sheely? Has anybody checked in on her? I'm going to have to check in on her. She might be lurking here, huh? And hello, Laura. Nice. She's in West Michigan as well. So very nice to have all of you here. And like I said, I should probably just get started because the projects are fun. We need a little fun. They're bright and they are, um, let me remind you that this month is going to be all about birthdays on our lives. I said 4-part birthday series. There's actually 5 Thursdays in March. We'll see about the last Friday, the last Thursday. We're going to do the first 4 Thursdays birthday themed, not just birthday cards. We might make gifts. We might make packaging. We might make tags. Definitely cards. And like I said, you will have the opportunity to have a free with purchase kit of the 3 cards that I make tonight. So this is the class. Okay, so this is what you will refer to when you are putting your own card kits together. And let's see here. Let's see what's the next slide. Here we go. So this is called the Zubilee Crafty Kit. I do this from time to time. Some of you might remember that I tried to start it and do it every week in November, October. I quickly realized that I could do one of 2 things. If I was going to do it every week, I needed to make my cards much, much simpler. or I could just not do it every week and make the cards that I like to make. And so I'm just going to make the cards that I like to make. So I do hope that I know that having something consistent is probably more successful from a business standpoint, but you know, sometimes I'm just going to do things that make me feel good and give you more quality than quantity. Okay. So anyway, these are three really fun projects. This is one of the cards here, right here. This is going to be the first card we're going to make. And so you'll get all the supplies. I'll show you as we go through this class tonight. And how you earn this is you place a minimum $35 order over at thestampingzoo.com. I need you to use the host code, please. And again, we'll go through that in a little bit, but I do need you to use the host code so that I can accumulate orders. And that's how I'm able to offer the kits and freebies and all that good stuff. Okay. And then if you want to go ahead and place an order of $50 or over, I'm going to send you a free pack of dimensionals. And who can't use a free pack of dimensionals? Okay, so this is over at the Stamping Zoo right now, but I need to put some fine points on the website. But anyway, as long as you shop with me and use the host code by Wednesday, March 15th at midnight, you will earn the kits for the cards we're going to make tonight. Okay? So let's see. Let's get rid of that. Let's bring this back in. I don't know why I need to pose. Too many years of watching, obviously. Don't you think I could do it? Okay. So this is the card we're going to make. What do you think of it? I think it's kind of cute. I used all of the 23 to 25 in colors. Hello, Donna. Oh, thanks. Everyone thinks this is a cute card. I do too. And then on the inside, so I said, it's your birthday. Hope it's the best. And there's some candy in there and confetti. And we're going to make our own Fiesta fringe, right? I think that's what you should call it. But look at all the cool detail. But this will still fit in an envelope. Okay, so the cards tonight will feature this super fun Taco Fiesta stamp set. You will see that mine's actually autographed by the $1 Million Achiever who inspired this set, Erica Serwin. I find great inspiration in Erica's business savvy and in her crafting. And so I actually paid to have her class. I like to be the student sometimes. And with her online class, you got a stamp set signed by her. So I thought that was really fun. All right, so let's see here. What else do I need to tell you straight up? I don't think I need to tell you anything else straight up. Let me just get our grid paper out, and we're going to get to moving on this. Okay. I know some of you are in Eastern time zone, so I don't think I could stay up that long. I know, Andrea, right? Fiesta Fringe. We're going to make Fiesta Fringe. First, I want to show you this beautiful card I got from my teammate Maria. We did a card swap, just she and I, the other night. We had our team meeting, and it was just she and I that could make it, and that's okay. And she made this beautiful card with the framed florets stamp set. You can see lots of beautiful layers, some Wink of Stella, beautiful coloring with the blends. Oh my gosh, I love this card so much. And I gave her a card I've already showed you. It was from Playing in the Rain. And so you've already seen it. I don't need to show and tell my own card again. Okay, so we are using something that we don't sell anymore. Fringe scissors. Do you have to have these? No, you can use regular scissors. Okay, it's just going to take you 4 times as long. But these things are heavy. I don't know. I bought them on Amazon. I think they were $10. So I definitely don't think you need to have them for this card, but I had wanted a pair anyway, and then I was using this as an excuse because I was just thinking about fun Fiesta themed things when I was looking at this beautiful stamp set. This is a standalone stamp set. I think it's $22. It is in the mini catalog, which is still available, okay, through April. So please don't forget that. I know we are just ending celebration, but that's okay. Because we have some other really cool things I'm going to show you in just a little bit as well. Where is Taco Fiesta? You would have thought that I would, oh, there it is. Page 48. Okay. $19 and there's so many images. Look at that. We're not even really going to scratch the surface with our cards tonight. I could have made like 10 more so easily. So just know that I think it's a great deal for $19. All these stamps, you just use the dies you have, and you can put that in part of your order to qualify for this this card kit. Okay, so I'm going to show you what you're going to get in each card kit. All right, because this is the class right now. We're having the class. You're going to get 7 strips of designer series paper in the 23 to 25 in colors. Okay, and you're going to get all of those, and I will try to make them all in the same pattern. So as you can tell, I use the polka dots. I thought those were cute, but as I run out of all the polka dots, whatever I have, I really will try to send you all the same pattern. And then these are literally, you just kind of cut up from the bottom and then see how it saves you so much time. And if you do buy these, you can make grass out of them for Easter, or I mean, there's several things. You can make a million fringe cards. I think I will. And so anyway, we don't need this whole thing. We just need it to go. It's probably 3.5 inches or so. So I don't want to get too crazy with this and take up a bunch of time. But I want you to leave a little bit at the top. It's almost like you're making a comb. Look at that. So leave a little bit, probably 1/4 of an inch up at the top. That's going to be where you will affix these strips. Okay. And so again, these are gorgeous colors. And these colors aren't going away for another year. Okay. So just know that they're around. Feel free to add some of those to your order if you like. We have combo packs of the paper, combo packs of this designer series paper, glimmer paper. We have all sorts of fun stuff. Hey, Pam, thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. And Laura shared as well. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate it. So again, you'll see that some of mine are going to be taller than others. That doesn't really matter. I'm also not paying too much attention to how I'm spacing them. It's okay. All right. Fringe is not going to be perfect. Yeah, these, like I said, these scissors are heavy. I mean, obviously, they have like 5 blades on them, but they get the job done. So you could also just lay these straight for a different look. Of course, our little cactus with the sombrero, I thought, I think he just is going to he's going to need some fringe. So I'm so excited to be doing just birthdays with you because while my sentiments are going to be birthday related and things, of course, you can use whatever you have, right? And you don't have to make all of yours birthday. I'm happy personally because I'm going to have a nice stash of birthday cards. Yeah. They are pretty neat, aren't they, Andrea? It feels kind of interesting. You can feel the scissors cutting through all those 5 layers at once. Pretty interesting. So again, they're called fringe scissors. I can certainly link this particular pair, but I don't think I chose the cheapest pair, but I certainly didn't pick the most expensive pair either. These are American Crafts, and I really think we're about 10 bucks. Okay, that's it. That's what these can do for you. All right, so Then your kit is going to have a couple of strips of the sweet sorbet for stamping sentiments. It's going to have a strip for stamping and cutting out the hat. You have to cut out the hat. And then it's going to have the smallest stylish shapes circle. And then you're going to have a quarter sheet of the color Orchid Oasis. And you'll have a card base, also an Orchid Oasis. And then finally, you're going to have a center 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. So all of that will make this card. Now, actually, you're not going to have a quarter sheet of this. I'm going to die cut this for you um, because I want to. It all goes back to me making the kind of cards that I want to, right? Okay, so there's the stylish shapes that we used. And then I'm going to use the fabulous frames. I wanted to use this live with you because I just want to point out these are all really cool. They are fabulous, might I add. And they all cut kind of centerpieces and then the frame, and you can do different things with the different pieces. So let me just cut this out real quick off to the side here. I am using my standard Stamp and Cut and Emboss. This will not fit in the mini. All right. So again, this die cut and the circle die cut will be in your kit. And you'll have a solid, the centerpiece, right? And then the frame. And if you can see, the frame has all sorts of detail on it. And that's what makes it fabulous. In case you didn't know that, that's what makes it fabulous. All right, I think we should do our stamping first. Or now, after the fringe, let's do our stamping. Let me get my chamois out and set some pieces off to the side. And I have some of these things blocked up, but I didn't put everything on blocks. So we'll just see what I've got organized here. And we're going to need that for the hat. And then we need a sentiment strip. And we're also going to stamp on the inside of the card. So lots of little images to just bring it all back to fun. And gosh, what kind of gifts would you give away with a Fiesta theme or with this card? You tell me. Put some Fiesta related gifts in the comments. I'm thinking of a gift certificate to Taco Time. I don't know who might want that, but that was my thought, right? Or big stuffed taco. Like not a stuffed taco you eat, just like a stuffed taco. Jill says she has the Stampin' Up! Scissors from way back. Yes, we sold these at one time. Then they retired, and I probably sold them thinking we'll never use them again. I'm going to stop selling my tools because I think my tools are just going to have to stay. I will sell retired punches and things like that, but maybe not. I think I'm going to have a retired stash after I said very clearly I was not going to have a retired stash as a demonstrator. I'm also going to use the paper piercing mat, Stampin' Pierce mat. That helps me get a good image with these photopolymer stamps, okay? I've just kind of slipped it under my grid paper because if I stamp off, I don't want to worry about stamping on that plastic and then picking it up with my hands. You have never seen scissors like this, Laura? Oh my goodness. Well, there you go. You've seen it all. You see it all here, don't you? Okay, so I'm going to use Memento on a lot of these projects tonight. And let's see. Oh, I am using sentiments for this particular card from This Birthday Piggy. Okay, so I'm using It's Your Birthday, Hope It's the Best. This is still current, okay, in the annual catalog, and actually a bunch of dies. Remember the cool dies? They're still available. They're on clearance. I think they're $12 or $13. There's a wagon and there's dies to cut out all of these pigs, etc. There's a ton of dies. So please know that if you don't have This Birthday Piggy yet, I did all sorts of things when it was well, I don't know, several months ago. So there's tons of ideas online and everything. And I just want you to know that you can get dies that really step up this stamp set. Okay, so keep that in mind. Hello, Jeanne. Nice to see you. Jeanne was on Sunday. Yes, I talked to her on Sunday. So, okay, it's your birthday. We're going to party like it's your birthday. I got to get my head close to this. Sorry, because I'm making a little strip and it's late at night. I'm going to start off to the side in case I don't get this quite right. Oh my gosh, it couldn't have been better. I lucked out big time. I lucked out. Just go with it. I really kind of did that blind. So, I mean, more blind than usual. So, whatever. It works. And hope it's the best is going to be, see, now I got all cocky. Now I got to watch out with hope it's the best. Nope, not quite as good. I do need to get up over this. Pressure's on. Yeah, that's good. Almost straight. We're going to put some candy around it, and then it's not going to really be that noticeable whether it's straight or not. Okay, so the candy is from the Taco Fiesta set, of course. It's candy from the piñata. Okay. Nice. And then we need to stamp our cactus. He's a cute little guy. Okay, let's see, where's my chamois? I think I need, so in this stamp set, you will notice there are there's 5 different faces for all of these things. The pepper, the avocado, which I haven't even used tonight, but we're gonna put that mustache on the cactus, of course, because like, why wouldn't we? It's so adorable. Okay, there is that. And then my cacti must be up on a block already. Oh, and so's the hat. No, what? I'm sure it's in here. It was just upside down. I know, Leslie. I love the cute faces. They make it. And this stamp set reminds me of Erica Serwin very much. Sometimes with the $1,000,000 stamp sets, if I happen to know a little bit about the person, then I think, you can kind of start judging. This one, hands down, Erica. And if you watch her live, she was talking about when she and her family laid out like a big piece of butcher paper and just started brainstorming about what they wanted. You got this set for your grandson, Corinne? That was nice. Corinne, if I recall, your grandson was also the one who loved the gumball. Yeah. Okay. Now, my hair might be in your way. If it is, so sorry. But we got to get a face on this guy. Oh, he's so cute. He doesn't even have his hat on yet, and he's adorable. Right? Am I right? So just know that I'm probably going to always use the mustache, but there's 4 other faces. Okay, then I'm putting the hat on, and I've got to put the face back in here. Okay. Now the sombrero is going to get stamped on this little strip. So there'll be a 1-inch strip in there. I didn't bother cutting it down any further. Okay, you need to have something to hold on to when you are cutting it out because you will be fussy cutting the hat. He likes the farm set. Oh, nice. Yeah. I mean, there's stamp sets for anybody of any age, don't you think? Yes, I think so. Okay. This. It's your birthday. Okay, I think we're finished with the stamping. We're gonna do quite a bit of coloring tonight, which is probably one of the reasons why I was smiling when I was making these cards because I love coloring and I love using the blends. They make me so happy. Okay, so let's see here. I colored in keeping with the in colors, I pulled the Parakeet Party, okay? And I'm going to color Mr. Cacti here with light. He's going to get colored all over with light. Nopalis. Nopalis. Is that what they're called? You know, when you see cactus for sale in the grocery store, I think it's called Nopalis. I think his name should be Paul then, probably. Paul the cactus. Okay. And he would have a totally different look if you put one of those different faces on him, right? And then I'm going to bring in the dark. And I am going to do, let's say, just like a little shading on the bottom and up one of the sides. Then I'm going to draw stripes in him. You know how cacti have like segments and they will, they'll kind of fade away, but we're going to draw some, a little bit of stripies in him. And then I'm going to color his sombrero just a little bit with light strawberry sorbet. Forgot the name for just a second. How is that possible? In fact, I lost, so I had two of the tumblers, which by the way, you can order those. Oh, I'm not using it tonight, but you know, I have those insulated tumblers and I have one that's Orchid Oasis and I had one that's Tahitian Tide. And I have a bad habit of leaving it in the coffee room at work. And I think somebody helped themselves to it. Thank you very much. I mean, it's not like it doesn't say Stampin' Up on it, but still, it happens. So I just reordered another one and I ordered Sweet Sorbet this time. I thought, what the heck? Change it up. And so those are $17 US and they're only online. And I'm going to show you where you can find them shortly. And again, I'm coloring this candy with the in colors. Just to go with the paper, which makes it so easy, don't you think? No, you know. You don't think. That's dark. Orchid Oasis. I want light. Oh, well, that's light, starry sky. Oh, maybe that's how maybe I was a little confused when I was coloring. I know, right? Carla, rude. Talk about rude. That's too dark. It's too dark. I know I'm getting all particular here. Let's do Tahitian Tide for the candy. So anyway, whatever. And I know I say somebody stole it. Maybe I'll find it in my car. No, it's not in there. Don't worry, because my car's super organized. But also, I looked, right? Just in case. And then I was like, what ifs somebody stole my tumbler? They better not be using it around me. I will jerk it out of their hands. Don't think I won't. Because I will. Be like, give me that. Now you owe me an order. Okay. Cutesy, cutesy. And I'm not going to cut the sombrero out yet because I know I will misplace it. All right, here's the dealio. Here's how I made the fringe nice and even, and it wasn't like overwhelming about how to stack it. I used the inside of the frame. Yes, brilliant, Lisa. I mean, just brilliant. Okay, so, oh, let's see. I think I want to use Seal or Seal Plus. Let's use Seal Plus. But you can also use liquid glue for this. So the way I had I already decided on which colors I wanted twice and which I wanted once. I already did that in the R&D phase of this. And so I kind of measured when I started at the bottom, right? I kind of measure like where I'm going to have the fringe, and I want the fringe to go a little bit over the bottom so that it just appears to like be fringe and not card. And then that's what you do, right? And you just work your way up the card, and you can kind of tell where you're going to need to place these. You kind of just space it up the same for all of them. And if you don't get it exactly the same, no one cares. Nobody's going to look at this card and think that. What they're looking at and thinking about is how stinking cute it is, right? Okay, now let's take our Tahitian Tide. And again, these designer series papers are so great to have around for any project because they come in every single color that we have, every single current color. So, and then there's 4 different designs in the package. And I love this year's designs. Oh my gosh, I did that wrong. Well, it's not wrong, but you know what I mean. Let me see if I can take it off. Oh, I can. Okay, good job. Wanted the red in the middle. Okay. Who's getting their fringe scissors out as we speak? Darcy, it's okay. And thank you very much for sharing. And Darcy, we are having a free with purchase special tonight. Well, for the next 2 weeks, actually. So if you place a minimum order with me of $35, you get all the kits to make the 3 cards. Actually, one's a project, not a card. But you get all kits to recreate these projects for free as a thank you from me. Oh my gosh. There we go. It's like I planned it. Okay. See there? It's super cute. I mean, you could make all sorts of things if you do get the French scissors. You could also make Hawaiian or Polynesian grass skirt. Okay, now similar with when we do scrappy strip and things like that, we're going to turn it over so we can cut off the excess. And are you still here? She might not be. And if you are here, you placed an order with me yesterday. Thank you very much. And I have cut these kits for you. So you will be getting them very soon. Okay. I mean, she was only a day early. And I was like, nope, she's getting the kits. Okay, then this you can throw away. You can keep them. Oh, good. Okay, and you have these kits. All right, they're sitting right behind me. I need a break. Okay. All right, so now when you turn this over, look at that. It's so adorable. Now it is laying flat. All right, there's a couple different things you can do to rough it up a little bit. Of course, you want them to kind of curl, right? You don't want them to be, you don't want to just pull them back straight with your hands because sometimes they will get broken or they won't be curled. So just use, I don't know, sit and play with this when you're watching TV or something. I'm very tactile seeking. That's what my friend Katie says. And that means that I like to touch stuff. And anyway, so I love the way this card feels. It's really fun. And then anyway, you can also just kind of like brush them up. I mean, you can do different things. Once you get them going, then it's a lot easier to just kind of, you can even just do what I'm doing right now. But just be careful that you don't just fold them, okay? All right, and you can even do more of it when you get it placed on the card. So let's do that right now. I'm not gonna, you don't have to watch me fluff all that thing. I'll touch it later on. Okay, but for the front, now I'm gonna use the outside of the frame. This is just, you know, color, same color. If you are making more of these cards after you have finished your kit, and you want the frame to really stand out, then just use one of the other in colors. Recut the fabulous frame and then it'll really stand out. But here, I just made it look like it's just kind of like a curtain of fringe. What do I call it? Fiesta fringe. Yes, Fiesta fringe. Okay, there's that. I'm sure you can hardly see it, but it does add a lot to your card. And then what I used for the adhesive on this, which you do not receive adhesive in your kits, okay? That is a you thing. Just want you to know. I used our foam adhesive strips. You can definitely use any of our other adhesives. The strips are twice as high as a dimensional, though. Keep that in mind so that if you want it to stand as tall as what I've made, you're going to want to, and you're using dimensionals, you're going to want to just stack them up on each other. But this one takes just about exactly 2 strips. Okay. These are also not just me, what everyone uses for standard shaker cards. Okay. So always good to have in your stash. And don't forget, if you place a supersize order of $50, you will get these kits as well as a package of dimensionals. Okay. Who doesn't need dimensionals? But please remember, you do need to use the host code. Okay. Current host code. I will show you where that is in just a minute. We'll take a break here. However, if you are placing it, here's where it gets sketchy, right? There's always a however. If your order is more than $150, don't use my host code. I want you to get your own host benefits. Okay. And those start at $150. Okay, I'm going to turn this sideways and I'm putting the frame right back into the inside where it came out of. So I don't know that you're ever going to throw away. Oh, brother, Mr. Magoo. I was way off. It is nighttime, but still. Okay, let's see if I can do that again. I can't believe how off I was. How embarrassing. Let's see. Nope, still off. See, it's the fringe. Maybe, okay, here, I'll look at the top. There we go. Because the top doesn't have any fringe hanging over it. There we go. Dear Lord, somebody help this girl. Now I'm going to press it down here. So I guess it didn't really matter that I didn't zhuzh up the fringe, right? Because like I said, you have time to do that afterward. Okay, and so I'm going to leave that as it is. And then we're going to cut out said sombrero with paper snips. Where are mine? I have everything. You wouldn't believe how organized I am tonight. I was even impressed. I have an email all ready to go with this information. I'm just waiting. I just waited to send it until I had the link from tonight's video. Like, who am I? I'm organized, but I usually don't have time to be that organized with my jobby. Felt good. Did make another trip to the dentist today, or as my boss is calling it, the spa. I won't be going to the real spa because of the dentist, but that's okay. I do prefer having some teeth in my head. I just have one problem after another. In a nutshell, I grind my teeth down to dust. I'm working out the world's problems at night. And yes, I wear a mouth guard. Mouth guard's no match. So my teeth break and stuff. And of course, I have regular issues, but that's the issue. So anyway, this was just kind of a meeting with a new dentist. That's always good. Not, but it was great. I like the guy. So that was good. Like the rest of the people there. And he has a woman dentist, another dentist, who's a woman, which I thought was cool because I don't know about you guys, but I haven't been around a lot of women dentists. Um, Not that I would just go to someone just because they're a woman or just because they were a man, but um, I don't know why. I feel like it's time for women dentists. Okay, anyway, that was a total offshoot of talking about this card, but it's called live stamp and chat. Hello, Mary Ellen, and thank you for sharing. I saw that you said you just got back from, I don't remember what it was. It's an event. It was a sports event, a high school sports event. You're pretty good. You must be like just that person or those parents that just support the kids. Okay. A little bit of liquid glue, I would say. You could use a glue dot too, I guess, if you feel that you can't be trusted with the liquid glue. Okay. I try to put his hat at a jaunty angle. Dentist and you don't get along. Well, I don't think anyone likes it, but again, better to me than the alternative. Okay, that one, for some reason, this one looks better. I don't know why, but he looks totally suave. Look at him. I can't help it. It's so stinking cute. Okay, now this I placed on top of the fringe with a couple of dimensionals stacked on top of each other. I guess you could use some more foam strip, but I wanted a little more area, I guess, than just a little thin strip. And I didn't want him to totally mash all of the fringe, right? So I'm putting him down here. And then later on, before I send it, I will make sure that I zhuzh up the fringe so it looks appropriate. And then I think once you've done it, I think that even if you send it in the mail, it will still spoof up when your person takes it out of the envelope. There you go. That's your story while I'm gluing this. That's hilarious. I guess that's gonna happen, isn't it? Even women dentists get pregnant. Too funny. Okay, I'm gonna cut this one on a bias because it's just me. That's too good, Laura. You were in a little cocoon, weren't you? Of pregnant ladies. Oh, basketball game. Oh, you're just a supporter. But yeah, you're a supporter of the school. That's nice. Oh my gosh, you only have 100 people in your town? Wow. Most of her kids are bused to school. That is very cool. So you go so they have someone to watch them, someone to cheer for them. That's really nice. I like you even more now. Oh, so sweet. Okay, and this would be your card kit number 1. So cute. Okay. What else do you think I have for you now? I have more. I have even more. Super cute. Told you tonight was just about bright and happy. My Lord, if you were in Boise, you would know why we needed bright and happy because the sun's only been shining for about 10 minutes a day. And I know I shouldn't complain. Um, but does that stop me? No, doesn't stop me. Let's get rid of our little pieces and parts here. Staying so orderly tonight, remember? I'm organized. Okay, card number 2. Are you ready? It's a desk calendar. I know it's March, but you know what? It's only March. There's like 9 more months. So if you have someone who's going to have a birthday in March, or If you just want to use this for a desk calendar, uh, feel free. So we're going to put a little reinforcement in it because if you stand this up over time, the weight will flatten itself. Okay. But as designed, we've got the chips and the guac on the front, and we've got that your nacho average friend. And then on the back, we've got holy guacamole. It's your birthday. Yes. Okay. I thought this was pretty cute too, if I do say so myself. And I had some extra calendars from a class I did in January, and I wanted to put them to good use. So here we go. So you will each card kit will as until I run out of them. Each card kit will have a calendar in it. So this is what your card kit will look like for this project number 2. Okay. Oh, and I don't show you the envelopes in the projects, but you get envelopes as well. Okay, so for project number 2, you will have, of course, the calendar. You will have a stitched banner. You will have a stitched rectangle in basic white. You will have a piece of crushed curry cardstock that is 2¼ by 5 inches long, and it will not be scored. You have to score it yourself. Okay. And here, I want you to take a screenshot of this. Let's see here. There we go. So you will score it at 1 1/8 in the middle. Then you will score each side 1/4 inch. Okay? That's really it because the 2¼ wide and 5 long, the piece of crushed curry will already be cut for you. Yes. Yeah, Gian, that's a great idea. Somebody born on Cinco de Mayo. That would be super fun. You're not going to get these delivered to you by Cinco de Mayo. However, you could be like, sorry, here's a late gift. Okay. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. Andrea says she's off to bed. Andrea, I know you get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, so we're going to let you go. That's allowed. Okay, so this paper, I'm going to do it in a slightly different pattern, but both of these papers are from the Tea Boutique and they're perfect. Okay, so the card base, or in this case, the calendar base, is crushed curry. You will have a piece of 3¾ by 5 for the back. And then again, you're going to have that piece of a support that is 2½ by 5, a white stitched rectangle, a crushed curry banner, and then the little paper calendar. All right. So this one is really fun to stamp, and I'm going to do a tiny bit of masking because I don't want you to think that this is like difficult because it's not. Okay, it's a little technique time. This is a package of our masking paper. Okay, it's called Stampin' Up! Masking Paper. If you're wondering what to put on your minimum order with me, then this can be one of the things, right? Okay, and I know about how much I need right now, so I'm just going to cut a little square because we are going to we're going to stamp the bowl of guacamole on that and use it to mask off. And when we mask off, we're going to create the illusion that the chips are in the guac. Okay? So that's our end point. That's what we're trying to do. Now I need to find the bowl. I bet it's in the stamp set. What do you want to bet? Yes, yes. Okay. Good. Oh, we're going to need that. Just fell under my desk. That always makes it fun. Okay, I'm going to put these back as I'm using them. Then I need the blocks. Okay, so this guy is just going to be stamped onto the masking paper, okay? And we're going to give it just a minute to dry. And while we do that, we can stamp the back of this also with the guac and the chips, okay? And so again, I'm using Memento for the chips and the guac. I don't know what I was thinking there. That one's a little crooked. during my life. Okay. And the chips and the guac are so detailed that they're almost as cute as the avocado, right? Like each thing in this stamp set is cuter than the last thing. And then holy guacamole, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Let's see here. Where did it go? It's right here. And I am running out of blocks because I didn't want to get all my blocks out. I don't know why. I have like 5 of each different size of block, but I didn't want to get it out. Okay, Old Olive is what I used for the sentiment. And I am going to use, did that fall? I want my paper piercing mat. No, it didn't fall. Oh, here? Okay, it's right in front of me. Sorry, literally right in front of my face. Okay. And so again, I'm using Old Olive for the sentiment. Because, you know, if this is your card class, you need to know. Cute, cute, cute. And then I'm going to go ahead and color with Old Olive as well. I'm keeping this one pretty simple. Now, if you wanted to make this cheese dip, I was thinking about doing that because the sentiment says your nacho on the front. And I think you could use pumpkin pie and like maybe dark daffodil delight. I think that would get you some fakey looking cheese dip. You know, cheese dip really isn't cheese. I hate to break it to you. I don't know. It's cheese. It's probably cheese dust, but it's mostly oil. Kind of like fond, like chocolate fountains. Rody. Okay, sorry. Next thing you know, I'm going to tell you about Santa Claus. Okay. And then I'm just going over, so I colored that in, oh, I'm using Granny Apple Green for this. Sorry. Okay, so Granny Apple Green for the guac. It's a perfect guac color. And then I used still saffron for the little bowl. And what I did here was I took the dark. It wasn't shading per se, but I took the dark and I just made a little like mark to denote that it's round. And then I colored the legs dark. This is like one of those little mortar and pestle things, you know, tableside guacamole. If you're fancy. Oh, there's a place here called Barbacoa, and I love their food, but I really like their tableside guacamole. And every time I go, I think I need to just have tableside guacamole and a drink. Hello, Alicia. Alicia, we're doing free with purchase card kits tonight. Super easy. Things are cut for you, set for free. So anyway, yeah, I need to just get the guacamole and then like be happy with it. Because then when my meal comes, I'm like, no, no thanks. Okay, now the chips I think come out super realistic. And all it is light and dark daffodil delight. Because do you realize that dark daffodil delight looks pretty much is a dead on for crushed curry? It is. So in this case, since I've colored them before, I'm coloring them a little quicker than I did the first time, right? But so I'm coloring dark, and then I'm bringing the light in, and I'm dragging the dark down. And if you find that I would say like if you're heavy-handed like I am at the beginning, then use the color that you're going to use the least. And so I didn't want these, I wanted these to be mostly light. And so I came in second with that. Okay, look at that. Look at those chips. Look at those corn chips. Are they dead on or what? I'm telling you. Okay, now we can cut our little mask. And we're not even going to cut all of it. Yeah, it's going to smear a little bit still. I could take the heat gun to it. Okay, but this paper is very easy to cut because it's really thin, right? And so if you remember, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some chips into this guacamole. And so really, I just need to cut out the guacamole. I'm trying to cut really close on the line, but not inside of the line. Trying. There we go. And again, it's okay if it's not perfect. You're still going to get the same effect. All right. So, whoops. Come on now. Right, this, and then finally this part, and then I'm just going to cut it off. All right, and then I'm going to take the little stitched rectangle. This turned out really well, I think. I'm really, really liking it. And so I again took the memento. I've got the piercing mat underneath there, and I am going to stamp one bowl of the guacamole, kind of lower third, let's say. Cute. So cute. And then I am going to get rid of this stamp and put the chips on there. Okay. And the chips are going to get stamped. So there's a set of 3 and they're all together, which is perfect. So they're going to get stamped kind of all together, right? Catching a glare. So I'm going to do one above and one below. Kind of have them going off. Okay. Here's where we use our mask. And I know that's kind of little, but stick with me. I'll walk you through it. Talk you through it. The hardest part of using the mask is getting the backing paper off of it. There is a split, but for these, for something like this that's so tiny, the split doesn't run through it. So take your pick tool. Okay, and then you can see this is just like the top of the guacamole. So you're going to put your masking paper, which is really just like a really light, tacky sticker. Okay, you're going to place it so that it's just over the lines on the bowl of guacamole. And then you're going to come in and you have to make sure that your chips look like they're dug down into the bowl and then stamp. Okay. And then let's take the mask off. So whatever object you want in front of something else, you stamp that first. And then you take the masking paper and put it over that. And then you stamp the image that you want behind next. Okay. And then that's how you do it. That's super easy. See that little illusion, right? That it's sticking in the guac. I love it. So cute. Okay, so let's come in and color those again. Same colors as we did before, right? So we've got the soft suede blends, the Daffodil Delight blends, and then the Granny Apple Green blends. Thanks, Lori. I'm glad you think that's fun. I think it's super fun. And so just taking that technique, it's the same technique. You can put 5 or 6 images behind each other if you want. Okay, it all just depends on how much time you want to put into it. I think it's super fun though. Okay, yes. Again, I want to do dark. I want to start my chips out as dark, blending down into light. Coloring these this way reminds me of candy corn. Oh, I don't like the bullet point. That's too much for this one. I mean, I didn't want the paintbrush end for these. But again, that's personal preference. That's up to you. And if you don't have the blends, then color with colored pencils or leave it black and white, whatever you want. Thank you. Hey, KZ, I wondered where you were. And KZ has just shared. Thank you so much. KZ, we are doing a free with purchase night tonight. So with every $35 or for a $35 order, sorry, you can only earn this one time. I'm not cutting you 10 kits. Um, for a minimum purchase of $35, you can earn these 3 kits for the projects we're making tonight, all birthday themed. And then if you supersize your order to $50, you will also get a free pack of Stampin' Dimensionals. Yeehaw! Okay, finishing up our chips. This is a die cut from the Stitched Rectangles set, okay? This will be included in your kit. Tonight's kit is not based on a bundle, so I felt like I wanted to cut out most of the die cuts. And then it gives you an opportunity to see all the different die cuts that are in these couple of sets, right? Okay, again with the dark. Oh, and I was going to color the little legs too. Okay. Good. I was reading. I get distracted, right? Because I want to sit and chat with you, but you're kind of here to watch me make cards and chat just a little bit. Okay. Don't you worry. If you've asked me a question or if you've left me a comment, I will get to it after I finish working on these with you. One of my favorite things to do during the week is to sit and read your comments. So, and whether you're on live or replay, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can share, you can be in the drawings, and you can say hi to me. Okay? So don't feel don't feel like you can't pipe in and say hi even though you're not on live with me. Because I still see it. I'm still a real person. It's a real person making your cards, not a robot. In case you thought I was, just an android of some sort. Nope. Not nearly perfect enough for that, thank goodness. Okay, and then this, I think this is super cute, even though, look at that. It's just like a little bowl of chips. Who else but Stampin' Up! Could make us a little bowl of chips that we would want to put on a card? And then I put on the front, I used the Your Nacho Average Friend. This was like my little friend gift. Now I'm going to have to give mine away. Nobody's coming to mind right now that has a March birthday, but I'm going to just give them away to friends. I just won't, they'll just have to know, like, pretend this was for your birthday. They already know that, they know that they get, what do I want to say? They get the leftovers from my classes sometimes. Not lovingly, though. They take them lovingly, trust me. But now I'm using crushed curry for this sentiment. Again, when you use your kits, if you just have black, use black. That'll look great. But I also like to show you that, like stamping on crushed curry with crushed curry is a great way to showcase the color, right? It's easy. I like that when you stamp color on color, you can still really clearly see them in our colors. Okay, and then here's that little piece that's going to be the reinforcement piece, right? And I have already scored mine. So now we're into assembly. All right, so you're going to do a V in the middle. And then these little wings are going to come up on either side, and they're going to attach to the body of the card, the calendar, whatever. You know what I mean? This fits in an envelope, though, and you can send it, so that's really handy. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is before I put all of that together, because it does make the card a little bulky, I am going to go ahead and glue stuff and adhere everything. And I know you see me jumping from adhesive to adhesive. I don't know why I do what I do. I just like certain adhesives for certain reasons, right? And unless I need you to use one of a particular kind, I'll mention it. But otherwise, just know that you can switch back and forth. Now, yes, this doesn't look like it matches our card at all, right? But again, it's in the Tea Boutique designer series papers from the annual catalog. So if you're liking this paper, it's not just crushed curry. It's actually all of the 22 to 24 in colors. And then it also has crushed curry and maybe a couple of other coordinating colors. But it was killer paper. I used it in last year's Spring Fever Fest, which is coming up again. It's going to be in May. I can already tell you that if you received something from me in the mail, a save the date, wrong date. Okay, now on the back of the calendar, you're going to want the calendar to stick all year long, right? So I want you to use something a little heavy. I used Seal Plus. So yes, the Spring Fever Fest is going to be, I believe, the 19th and 20th of May, because the week that I said save the date for is actually the weekend of Memorial Day. No good for retreats. That's when families start, doing family stuff. So it's going to be the weekend before Memorial Day on a Friday and Saturday, as well as there will be an online option. Okay. I don't have the date set for that yet. So you just have to wait for that one. Okay. That is so cute already. Now, I also have, and you will have these in your kit as well, 3 glossy dots. They are beautiful colors. You get, again, they're in the annual catalog, and you get a choice of an assortment of Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo, Gorgeous Grape, and some other color, maybe Granny Apple Green. But you must have them. You must. Okay, so now if you oh, it won't even stand right now. So see, it's too heavy to stand. That's why we need our cute little support. So now that all that's finished, here's what I'm gonna do. Look, I love any excuse to use these tiny clothespins. They're so cute. Okay, so I'm going to glue one side. You could use tear and tape, but the way I had this cut, I think it's a little too small. So now make sure you're at the front of the card. Okay, we're at the front of the card. I want to flip it over. And I am going to, let's see, I want to make sure I have this going the right way. Nope. Okay, open the card like this. How about that? This makes more sense. Open it as you would normally open it, and then place this reinforcement down here at the bottom. It doesn't run the length of the card, okay? It is shorter on purpose so that it doesn't show on the edges. Okay. It's also the same color for the same purpose. It's kind of just hiding in there. Okay, once you've done that, then you take this one and you do the same thing, run a little bead of glue or whatever you're going to use, but use use the liquid glue or a heavy duty. And tear and tape, yes, tear and tape for sure. You can kind of fold over tear and tape, and then you take this and you just fold it, okay, so that your fold is in there. Everything's going to be, should be a-okay. And then you're going to take your little clips. I wouldn't use like a binder clip. I think it would crease your paper. These are just soft enough. If you don't have this, then take one of our larger blocks and just place it under the larger block, okay? Just something, or a book. Just put it under a book. Something to weigh it down. Okay, and then in no time at all, that is going to be put together and it'll be one of these two papers, but they're both fantastic. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll take the clips off of that in just a minute, but that is your project number 2. And so let me jump on here with you. Let's see. What do I want to show you? 1 minute here. I need my keyboard. We're going to take a little walk-see here real quick. Okay. All right. So let's jump over to my website, thestampingzoo.com, and I'm going to show you a couple of things you need to know about, right? Share my screen. Share this page. Okay. All right. So at the very top, you will see this is the current host code 7RQ H7DCW. Again, I really need you to place that on your orders under $150 if you would like the card kits. I can't imagine you wouldn't like the card kits, but the birthday kits, let's call them that. So if you go down here, if you're on your mobile phone, you might see 3 dots right here because the phone can't show you all of these tabs because the phone's tiny, right? So just know that all of these tabs will show up if you're on a laptop or a desktop like I am. So I'm going to go over here to Zubilee Crafty Kits, and this tells you all about the kits, right? And then this tells you about the current kit. As I mentioned earlier, you just need to place a $35 order to receive these 3 projects. I'll send them to you in the mail. And if you supersize your order to $50, you'll also receive a free pack of Stampin' Dimensionals. This is your class. You are watching it currently. And so there's 1 kit per offer per person. And the qualifying order of $35 is before taxes and shipping. Okay, and then I will have a link right here to this class. Weird, right? Okay, so now you can shop. There are a couple different places where you can hit the Shop Now tab, but we're just going to hit it from here. I need to check it anyway. And looks like we're going, and you're shopping with me. It tells you that right up here, which I love. And so let's take a look back here. Lots of hubbub about the online exclusives. I also have more coming out in the same email I'm going to be sending you about these Zubilee Crafty Kits. But the online exclusives are going to be coming out to us periodically throughout the year. And they are just what they say. They're not in a catalog. They're not in a periodical of any kind. Whoops. It's my masking paper. Don't mind me. They are just online. So just stick with me, kid. I'll let you know. Okay. But if you scroll down, you can see right now all of the online exclusive products. This includes brand new product that was just released on March 1st, as well as those tumblers I was telling you about, card kits, lots of things. Okay. If you're wondering what I ordered this tropical leaf punch and I ordered the accompanying stamp set. Here we go. Well, I didn't order it in French, you know, but the stamp set I think is so beautiful and it looks a lot like tropical chic. And that's why I bought it because I love tropical chic, but I don't play with it now because it's retired, you know, life of a demonstrator and all that. Now, this is something else. This is what our friend Roz really likes, I think. And also my friend Maria really likes this. You're built tough. It's a great day. Hope your birthday is wild. I mean, look at all these adorable rhinos. And what I really like about this are these African trees. Wow. Shocking. Take my breath away. Okay, and so these are just some of the beautiful new things. Of course, the irresistible blooms. Can we look at this project for a minute? Because it's like outrageously cool. Look at that. Make sure you go over to the stampingsoo.com and hit shop now, even if you're just, window shopping, because there's so many beautiful ideas. I love that. Love it. And I will tell you that now let's look at something that's already unavailable. These loose dots they are marked as currently unavailable. Okay. Means you can't order them right now, but they're still there. And so I'm pretty sure that means they're going to be replenished or they're planning on replenishing them. Now, I mean, with today's shipping woes, things can happen, right? But I'm hoping since those were only live to customers for less than 3 days that they're gonna be replenished. If you're thinking that there should be a product on the screen and after a while it's not here, that's probably not gonna come back. These don't have a definite expiration date. So you kinda just have to shop. When you're available or when you can get them, then you should get them. This is a beautiful kit right here for $13, the Saying Thanks kit. And if you just, I wanted to show you, I don't know what I wanted to show you. There's sweatshirts, there's a hat, for goodness sake. Okay, and then here are all the tumblers, right? $17. Oh, there's only three of them. Parakeet Party, and what's the other one? Maybe they're there. Maybe they're in another section, but oh, yeah, they are. Okay. So, anyway, you get the point. You get the point. And let's go back to Stamping Zoo. Okay, so that's where you place your order and everything. You can also keep up on all the fun stuff right here. Okay, if you are interested in joining my team, I do need to update this from the special for celebration, but there's always a link here, and I talk about why I do what I do with Stampin' Up and things like that. So, if you ever want to peruse, then that's where you can do that, as well um, as well as ordering. Okay, it's very handy for that. All right, so let's get back to card number 3. And I did a little extra work on card number 3 because um, I thought we might be out of time. Kind of starting to learn. I mean, we're not necessarily out of time, right? The network's not going to cut me, but I like to wrap it up around 8:30 for my sake and for yours. I get real loopy after that. Okay, take these off. Don't leave those on there forever because they will crease a little bit as well. And then your card calendar is ready to go. See, now it stands nicely and it will do so all year long. So cute. Okay, final card, also cute. It's going to include a wobbler, so you know it's going to be cute, right? Okay, so your supplies are going to look a little different than this. Just know you're going to get a Coastal Cabana card base, 3 basic rhinestone gems. Okay. Oh, I was like, where'd the third one go? Okay, you're gonna get a sheet of Coastal Cabana for the front. All right, you're gonna get a sheet of basic white for the inside, and you're gonna get a circle that looks like this, not colored on. Okay, because you're gonna do your own stamping because we don't give out stamped images. And let me see if I can grab this box with my toe. Very talented feet because lots of times I can't my hip doesn't work like it should anymore. So now my toes have become really strong. Ta-da! Okay, we need that because we're going to do a little bit of splatter. Everybody loves the splatter. Okay, let me talk you through this. So I think this is a llama pinata. I think that probably Erica admires my work as much as I admire hers. So anyway, I have colored it in dark pool party with light pool party around the whole image. Okay, then I used Tahitian Tide. I used Pool Party right up here, and then I use Light and Dark, Daffodil Delight, and finally Sweet Sorbet. Okay, so that was how I colored mine. If you are wanting to um, make it the same. Okay, then this, I stamped the word happy from the Biggest Wish stamp set. Let's see here. It's a great stamp set. I'm using a lot of things from the annual catalog tonight. So this is the Biggest Wish stamp set. A lot of you have it. I'm sorry, I didn't need to put that comment up. I mean, I'm glad she's going to bed, but let's see, hide current comment. Sorry, I clicked it sometime. Good night, Andrea. So anyway, this is the Biggest Wish stamp set. It's fantastic. You're going to see it in action here. And so as you can see, the front card gets the wobbler, like a pinata might do. And then inside, we stamp a big happy birthday. Oh my gosh, KZ, what a good opportunity for you to get something new. Okay, so again, I have taken the happy from the Biggest Wish set and I have stamped all over Coastal Cabana paper with Coastal Cabana ink. Okay, then I have colored the pinata, and I'm going to put both of these into the Splatter Center, a kit box where I used some delicious kit, and now I need to use the box to keep all this ink off of everything else. Okay, and I am going to use, we don't have Coastal Cabana blends, not to worry. I'm going to use dark Bermuda Bay. So you take the paintbrush end, okay, put it in your lid and flick down. Don't flick up or you'll be splattered. Okay, you're flicking down. And just keep in mind that if you don't like random, this is not a good technique for you because the size and amount of splatter is pretty random. But I don't like things to look just like bare white. I can't get over it. I'm not, not about that. Okay, and so those pieces are finished. And then I want to bring in the Stamparati. Where did I use that? That's the singular of, that's the plural, I should say, of Stamparatas, huh? Okay, and then we are going to put the happy and the birthday on this. I already have those mounted up. And underneath this, I have the Deluxe Matte. It does have grid paper on it, but I don't like to get it dirty, so I use the grid paper. All of this is available in the annual catalog. And guess what? If you can't find something, you are welcome to text me or private message me on here just about any time of day. I'm available. And I mean, if I'm not available immediately, I will eventually see your message and all is well. So, and if you get really confused and you just want me to place your order for you, you can just call me on the phone. Hello, Jenny. It's nice to see your name pop up and thank you for sharing. Okay, and I just inked this today after I made the sample card, so I don't know. I hope it's not too crazy. There was something on there that was going to cause us pain. All right, now I need my pressure tool. Bought it on Etsy. It's very handy. Oh, geez. See, I had my magnet too close. Got to kind of space those out sometimes. So now it looks kind of blotchy. It will even out and look nicer, but I am going to help it out by stamping it again. I think for these large images, especially on photopolymer, Stamparatus is where it's at. Still looks cool. I did re-ink this though, remember? So it's probably going to look a little funky. Now, finally, what did I use for this? I didn't care for it. Pool Party, I think. I'm not about it. I want it to be a little brighter. So do you think I should use Sweet Sorbet? I think I should. Because I don't want to use Daffodil Delight, because while it would be nice and bright, it wouldn't be intense enough. Might be kind of hard to read, especially on top of Coastal Cabana. I'm gonna give this a good scrub just in case something's left on it. Okay. I know, KZ. Can't get enough of the Stamparatus. I mean, this is just one of many things you can do with the Stamparatus. But especially if you're like Kathleen and you like to make multiples of cards, you've got to have the Stamparatus. And this is really handy for your hands. Now, I don't sell it. Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell it, unfortunately. But I bought it off of Etsy. So it's available. I'm going to do that one more time. I want to get it as dark as I can because, again, it's trying to hold up against Coastal Cabana. You know, that's no joke. Oh, yes, that looks good. I like this much better. Okay, I'm going to set this off to the side for now, but I will scrub it up. And, Lord, let's get this out of the way. Okay, super cute, don't you think? Yes, I think I like that better. And again, this will dry back quite a bit, but this is the difference. This is why you should ink your stamps regularly, and this is why you need the re-inker. Okay, I think they're $3.75. So when you're buying an ink pad, just buy the re-inker for it at the same time because you're not getting the true colors after a little while. And especially if you're doing things like huge images like this, or if you're using your blending brushes, especially, you are going to need the re-inker. So just go ahead, because what you don't want to do is need your re-inker and then you don't have it. Then it seems like the mail goes twice as slow, or God forbid, it's on back order or something. Okay, so into the card goes the sentiment. This is undeniably a birthday card. Okay, and there is that. This doesn't want to stay with its family, but it won't leave the card, you know? You get over there. Okay, now for the front, I did the same thing. I just glued this down. I think this is 4 by 5 1/4. And the insides, I really like to make 3 3/4 by 5 most of the time. So then here we are with this cool splatter to just give it a little bit of interest. Make sure you don't put that upside down now. There's no way to cure that. Okay, and then I will send you the wobbler. So when you see this in there and you're like, what is this? This is the wobbler, okay? I want you to take the backing paper off of the the flexible side, okay? There's a hard plastic side and a flexible piece. Take it off the flexible piece. Put it in the center of your wobbler. It doesn't matter if it's completely straight because the way I place this or show you how to place this, it doesn't matter. Don't get fixated on where this is on the card. Just get fixated on what your piñata looks like, okay? So you place your piñata straight down and then press it, and it's down. And then it doesn't matter if that's crooked back there because that's not what you look at. So then finally, you will have 3 basic rhinestones. They're basic rhinestones for a reason because they go with everything. Let's get this little troublemaker. I might have to get a new one. He may have lost his glue dot. No, guess not. Didn't lose his glue dot. There we go. Oh, yeah. That's a big pop of happy birthday. Well, friends, I hope you've enjoyed that. And this is just the very beginning of our birthday celebration for the month of March. Who would have thought? It was featuring, again, the Taco Fiesta stamp set. You've seen how I've put together all of these cards, and now's the fun part for you. Please go over and shop with my host code for orders under $150 over at thestampingzoo.com. Place your order, and then I will see your order. I will see the postcode, and then I will send these kits to you. Now, I am offering these. Where's my third one? Where's the fringy Olay? I am offering these to you through, I think, midnight on the 15th, but you know, close to that. So anyway, I'm offering these card kits to you free with your purchase through the 15th. And don't forget, if your order is more than it's $50 or more, I will throw in a package of Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, so these are three birthday cards that I think are really, they're going to beat the winter doldrums, aren't they? And again, this is a little calendar. So, and your person, whoever you give it to, remembers you all year long, don't they? And then they're like, you know what? I think I want to make cards. Those things are so cute. So I hope you've enjoyed this again as much as I have enjoyed making them. They're super fun. I can't wait to send out card kits to all of you. And so please enjoy watching this. Enjoy the rest of your night. And I'll talk to you soon, okay? See you later, everybody. Remember to please like and share this video, whether you are on replay or live. And if you share it to your social media sites and then post in the comments that you've shared, then you will be entered in next week's drawing for some beautiful Stampin' Up! Product. Thank you all so much. Okay, have a good night, everybody.